Hey everybody, it's Saad. I've made $80,000 last month purely selling sales systems built in Make.com. And no, I'm not a programmer, I'm not some genius. I just know the 80/20 of Make.com, and I understand that the real juice of automation is actually automating your lead generation. In this video, I'm going to show you an extremely simple Make.com automation that would allow you to essentially scrape any data from any website and turn it into high intent, high quality leads. This video has been taken from my exclusive community where I teach people how to build a profitable sales system agency from scratch. People have been killing it in the community. Literally, like there's 500K deals, 2.5K retainers, 2.3K deals, which I am extremely happy about. And it's definitely where I get my status from, is I want people to essentially leverage the real juice of AI and automation and use that in their own business and start getting in front of customers instead of actually just focus on the lowest ROI tasks and bullshit automations that everyone is trying to teach online. So with that keeping you waiting, let's just go ahead and dive into this video. Okay guys, so here is the flow that we're going to be building today. So our lovely friend Wade is asking a question in the community. So I met someone who had this system built for them, but they won't tell me how. I've been going to a lot of chamber networking events, and I've had the thought that it would be awesome to have a list of all members and their info in my area. That's a really good idea. So being formatted into a spreadsheet would be the ultimate goal. I'm going to help you to do that, my friend. So I noticed that they almost always use one of two services. One is CGSS, Constant Contact Product, and something called Growth Zone. I've watched a ton of scraping videos and I will continue to work on this myself. Great idea. However, this is the first attempt and I could really use some help. If anyone wants to take a stab on this and cracks the code, please let me know. I think this could be helpful for any of us who want to tap into their local business networks. Example directory links. So if I go right here, let me check this out. So essentially, okay, so we have a bunch of categories that we wanna scrape. So if I go here, let me check this. Oh, so there are a lot of leads that he wants to scrape. So essentially, he wants to scrape all of those leads right here, that's ultimately gold. If you ask me, guys, there's email addresses right here. There's the website. There's the phone number. There's the name. There's the address right here. There's a lot of things. So he wants to turn all of this data right here and essentially turn it into a beautifully formatted, aesthetically spreadsheet with all of the email addresses, all the data, and basically reach out to them. So we were going to build this system live for you, my friend. And there's going to be a lot of learning in this video, guys. So let's just go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to make.com. And Make.com is our entire solution for this. Basically, we're going to do everything in Make.com. We're not going to need any platform. And we're basically going to scrape all of these leads with virtually $0. So the first thing I'm going to do. So whenever you build these sort of systems, guys, I would always recommend you always start from the end. So always make sure that the end result is going to be actually realistic. When you make sure that the end result is going to be realistic and it's actually going to work, then go back and chunk the system until you start from the beginning. So the first thing I want to just understand how I can turn this URLs right here and basically all this data into a Google Sheets, right? And then extract it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have to scrape all of this data on this website. So for example, I'm going to go and I'll just go to this website right here, this category, which is, it's called Accountant and CPA. So I'm just going to copy this URL. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for HTTP. I'm going to click on make a request. And then what I'm going to do basically is I will make a request to this website. So I'm just going to paste that in here, and then it's going to be method get, and I'm going to click on yes on parse response. So what I'm doing now is I'm just accessing this website through make. I'm just making requests, basically, kind of like paste it in right here and go in it. So I'm going to click on run once. So I have a status code 200, which means that query has been successful. Now, if you guys notice, if I click on this data right here, I'm going to see a bunch of HTML, right? So all of this is HTML that is very, very long. Now, what do I want to do? I want to do is basically just take in all that data and turn it into a text. And why I'm turning it into text, just because I want to make sure I'm dealing with more manageable data and basically trim out all the fat, which is going to be the HTML. So the same thing that we have right here. Now, if I click on view page source, so there's all of this HTML right here. It's basically right here. It's the same thing. So I'm going to look for HTML to text. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in all of that data, right? And then let me run this once again for you guys. Text parser, a transformer should not be the last module in the route. Just ignore this. When you add like something like a text parser or set multiple variables and make, it's kind of yell at you. So just click on ignore warnings and click on run anyway. And if you guys notice, now we have a bunch of data that is manageable, and it's like less than the third of that HTML is turning into text. Now, what I can do basically is I can extract all of this information right here, right? And turn it into more manageable lead lists. So let me actually look for this. So let's say, for example, I go back to my page. I'm going to look for this URL. And the way I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Control F, paste that in here. And as you guys can see, we can find everything right here. So select page business directory. So this is the HTML that we turned into text. So we stripped all that HTML from that page and we just retrieved the text that we want, right? Because we don't want the HTML. In the HTML, there's no data, there's no emails, there's no leads. So we just want the text. Awesome. So we found the business name, which is CBiz. There you go. And then all of that, all of these company names. So what I'm going to do now is basically, I want to extract the URL. I want to extract the email address. I want to extract everything. And the way I'm going to do this is basically, I'm just going to feed all this data to GPT-4 and GPT-4 is going to extract it. So we're going to do the prompt engineering together. And then, so the first step we're going to do is click on this plus button and look for OpenAI, create a completion, add this right here. Make sure you map in your connection. And the way you do it, click on add and basically have your API key right here. And the way you get your API key is basically you go to OpenAI and log in. Make sure you log in. Click on continue with Google. Set up your connection. I'm just using Google. Pretty straightforward, which is not the best idea for security reasons, but c'est la vie. The next thing is you click on, I've done this super fast. So let me just do it again. So this is the API playground of OpenAI. What you have to do is go to settings, click on API keys, and then you're going to have your API keys right here. So I have a bunch of API keys. So what you have to do is click on create new secret key. And then you're just going to put like a name in it. And you're going to receive a API key just like this, secret key. Now you're just going to copy it and paste it right here. And for the organization ID, just leave that empty because it's not important. In make, when something is bolden, that means it's important. When something is not, that means it's not important. You could just go ahead and click save. Awesome. So this is how you set up your connection, guys. For the module, I'm just going to use GPT-4 because I think it's a lot smarter than GPT-4o. So the next thing we're going to do is click on add message and I'm going to click on user. And what I'm going to do basically is I'm going to start some prompt engineer. So what do I want to do? I want to extract all of that information from that text. So I'm going to write something like extract. So I want to be extremely straightforward with this module. And I want to basically tell the GPT to extract this exact same things, right? Because if you don't, GPT is gonna, like, the results are not gonna be consistent. Sometimes it's gonna retrieve all that data, sometimes it's not. It's not gonna be well structured. So I'm gonna give it exactly what I want. So extract the company name. So it's going to be company name, the company name. What I want, the website, the name of the name of the decision maker, the address, the email. Let me remove this. The email, the phone number, from this website data. Output in the following JSON format. So why I'm using JSON is because I want to have a consistent result, right? Just because GPT, if you don't tell GPT, like, I want this exact format, like every single time is going to output like a different result, right? And we can't risk it just because we want to have like a scalable, manageable system where we scrape all that data in the same format so we can add it to our Google Sheets in the same format, right? And we're going to avoid a bunch of errors and make this way. All right, so this is what we're doing basically. So the next thing what we're going to do is we're going to feed in the exact structure that we want this data to be retrieved. So we're going to perform some JSON, which is extremely easy. You don't have to go crazy about it. Just copy what I do. So I'm going to put something like lead data, and it's going to be profile name, email address. It's going to be email right here. The next thing is we will have website URL. So website URL. The next thing is address. So profile name. So profile address. So let's just put address. Address. Phone. I think that's pretty much it. Let me see. So fax. Do we need the fax? Yeah, we probably need the fax. So we forgot to add this. Company name, the website, decision maker, the address, the email, the phone number, and the fax number. From this website, so we're going to add fax. And let me check if you guys can see this. So yeah, you guys can see this. Fax. And then let's add fax. And then we're going to have to close this basically. Awesome. Now what we have to do is basically, we're going to have to add a little bit more instructions. In the following JSON format, output the result only with no additional text. Awesome. So now that we have this, we're gonna click on add message, click on user, and we're gonna give basically GPT a bunch of examples on how the structured output will be. So we click on this button right here, and let me look for an example data. So I'm just gonna copy this. And basically, I'm gonna copy the entire thing. The best way to train GPT is to train it on the original data. Go back, and then I'm gonna paste in right here. And then what I'm gonna do is basically click on assistant. Now, how do I want the result to be? So basically, we've made a mistake. I'm gonna remove this, and I'm just gonna take in one example. I think it's way better. So let's just go ahead and try. Copy. And then I'm going to click on paste. And in our assistant, it's going to be the same format that we're going to be using. So I'm just going to copy this, go back, paste that in here, and actual, like I'm gonna fill the information. So it's going to be this guy right here. And actually, I want to have the entire results. Yeah. Office partner, managing partner. Like I want to have everything right here. So let me copy this. And then I'm going to go back. Email address is going to be email address right here. Paste that in here. Website URL. It's going to be website URL. Go back. Paste that in here. Address is going to be this address right here that we have of that lead. Phone. And it's going to have fax right here. Fax. And pretty much that's it, I think. Yeah. Awesome. So now that we have this, I'm going to click on OK. Let's save this and let's try. So let's see. So we have the lead data. So we have it. Awesome. Oh, actually, we've made another error, which we will fix right now. So we forgot to add the original data, guys. So we need to feed in. We're going to click on add message and we're going to add the original data, which is going to be the text. Click OK. And then let's save this. And let's add the parse JSON module, it's going to turn that JSON into a text that we can essentially manipulate. Click on parse JSON and let's just add the data is going to be here. Click on results. Okay. Save this and auto align this. And then let's see what we're going to have. So GPT is taking its sweet ass time. Let's wait. Awesome. So we have lead data. Okay. So we have profile name, bundle 2. Awesome. We have all of that lead data. So we have 3 profiles and we have essentially 3 profiles. So yeah, that's great. So now we have everything that we want, guys. So all of these are essentially gold. Now what we can do basically is add this to a Google Sheet. So the simple, most straightforward way to do this is basically creating a new sheet. So the way you do it is you click on sheets.new. Basically, Google purchased a bunch of domains such as docs.new, sheets.new, which is basically like URLs that we can go ahead and just like create a new sheet or a new document instead of just going ahead to Drive and click on create, which is pretty awesome actually. So yeah. So now that we have the data, we're just gonna go ahead and add it to our Google Sheet, right? It's pretty awesome. So lead data, profile name. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let me remove this. I'm gonna name this profile name. Second thing is I want email address. So email. Next thing is what do I want? Website URL. Address, phone, and fax. Fax. I'm gonna put enter just because I like this font. And so profile name, website URL. Let's add the website URL right here. And then fax, set it right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, so there's something else that we missed. So profile name, email address, phone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is there something that we're missing? Email address, profile name, email address, website URL. We have it. Phone. We have the address. Awesome. So now that we added this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this up and I'm just gonna name this leadless scraped YouTube tutorial. Awesome. So now that we have this, let's dump everything into a Google Sheet. So the way we're going to do this, you zoom in, click on this plus button, look for Google Sheets, and it's going to be add a row, add this module right here. Make sure you map in your connection properly by clicking on add and sign in with Google. Pretty straightforward. My drive, spreadsheet ID. I'm going to look for this spreadsheet ID, which is going to be leadless scraped YouTube tutorial. Now, what I'm going to do is basically just dump in all that data right here. So profile name, as you guys can see, now I have manageable data instead of having it in this JSON format. So lead profile name, email, address, phone, website URL, which is going to be website URL, fax, which is fax, and click OK. Now I'm just going to auto align this, save this, and let's check if I'm recording. So I am recording. Awesome. Click on run once. So everything is going well. We're generating everything using GPT. We're parsing the JSON, and then we're going to add the rows. First one, second, and third. Awesome. So let me rebolden this up. Boom. And let's just fix the formatting. So awesome. So now we have all this address. The last one, we don't have the fax. Do we have the fax right here? So we don't have it. Awesome. So we don't have it. Perfect. So GPT has done like a great job. Now I have all of these leads. Now I validated that the system is going to work. So the last results, so the last deliverable is going to be the lead list. Now I've made sure that everything is great. Now what do I want? I want to basically not only get all these leads, I want to get everything, right? I want to get all these leads. And what I'm going to do basically is I need to retrieve all these URLs from this website basically and make a request to them. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to have we're going to auto align this. We're going to save this. So we're going to have to split the scenario in half. So we're going to have a scenario that retrieves all of these URLs, right? And once we have a URL, we're going to add it into a Google Sheets. And then we're going to have a Google Sheets that searches through those URLs and basically scrapes all of those leads and adds them automatically. And if you're getting overwhelmed, I'm going to show you exactly a step-by-step how we're going to do this. So this one is going to be scrape website URL and structure data, add to sheets, click on save. And then we're going to go to scenarios and we're going to create a new scenario. Click create new scenario. And then what we're going to do basically is we need to scrape this page and I want to get all of these URLs. So let me check something first. So if I click on these button right here, I have this URL. So this is the URL, second URL. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to retrieve all these URLs and I'm going to have a website, just the normal website, the original root of the website. And I'm going to query basically this right here. Awesome. So I found a way. So what we're going to do is we're going to make an HTTP request. So make a request. And then what we're going to do basically is we will take in all of this data right here, this URL, and put this right here. And then for the body type raw parse response, we're going to add another HTML to text, paste that in here, add data. And then what I'm going to do, I don't want Google Sheets. I want to look for OpenAI. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to feed this data into OpenAI and we're going to retrieve all the URLs of the industries. So I'm going to look for GPT-4 as always, And I'm going to show you guys what we're going to do. So this is the actual hack that we're going to be using to retrieve all these URLs. Click user. And then what we're going to do is extract the industry URLs from this scraped website data and website data output the result only in JSON with no additional text. So let's just go ahead and try this out. I'm not really sure about this prompt, but we'll just give it a go. Click OK. And then I'm going to have a parse JSON module. It's going to be parse JSON. Add this right here. Add the results. Click OK. Auto align this. And then save. And then what we're going to do basically is we're going to run this. And click on ignore warnings. Run once. And then let's see. So GPT-4 is working. I think it's gonna work. Awesome. So, okay. That's not what we want, actually. So why wouldn't... Yeah, I think that's a bad idea, guys. I think it's a bad idea to feed all this data to GPT-4. So instead of doing that, let's just use a regex. So a regex, basically, not to overwhelm you again, it's basically a way, it's basically an expression that matches some element. That's the easiest way to explain this. And we have a regex here in make.com. So click on match elements. And actually, it's not match elements. It's match pattern, I believe. Yeah. So the way we're going to do this, guys, the easiest way to generate a regex expression is to just do it and ask GPT to generate that expression to you. So I'm just going to go to, it's either going to be GPT or Claude. So I'll just use Claude for these type of tasks. And what I'm going to do is basically generate a regex expression that extracts the URLs from this long string. Long string is going to be this one. Go back, and I'm gonna take all this data, copy. I'm gonna put it here, and I'm gonna say the regex expression should be able to extract this. So what do I want? I want basically, what do I want? Let's see. Yeah, I think it's gonna start from here. What is the first thing? Accountant and CPA, yeah. So business by category. So this is the one. So I want this URL. As you guys can see, this is the URL. And let me see. Let me go back. Paste that in here. Paste that right here. And then let's see. All right. So we have this. Let me try. I'm gonna put this right here. Paste that in here. Global match, yes. Case sensitivity, yes. Single line, I'm gonna add the text right here, and then let's try. Click OK, run once. And there you go, guys. So we found this. So we have all of these bundles. So now what we can do basically is make an HTTP request, and it's going to be the URL, right? So the URL right here. And essentially, we're just going to add the fallback match. All right, we're back. My camera just stopped recording, so we'll just go ahead and finish our system. So the issue that we have is we need to add an iterator right here that takes in all this data and adds it. So we're going to click on this flow control, and then it's going to be an iterator. We're going to add the iterator right here, and we're going to add the array, which is going to be the fallback match. And then the results is going to be the value, I believe. So let me check this, and then let's see if it's going to work. Awesome. So that's working. Let me force stop this. So we have 22 requests, and all of them were, this is the value. Awesome. Awesome. So now what we can do basically is, instead of chunking this, we can just set this up in one scenario, right? Because it's going to be a one-time scrape. So I'm going to copy this and go back, paste that in here, right? And auto-align this. HTTP is going to be, remove all of this, right? And then it's going to be our address right here, data. The scrape data is going to be from the scrape data. So text, it's text. Let me remap this. And then I'm going to click on save. And basically what I want to do is I'm going to delete this, right? And let's just run this. Let's just test this. Click on this and let's see. So we have an error right here. Let's see. What is the error that we have? Unexpected after property 12. All right, let's fix this. Let's fix the prompt. What we're gonna do, output the result in the following JSON format. Should we fix this format, guys? Let me go ahead and just fix this. Fix this JSON. Okay. Let's copy this. Paste that in here. So there is not a lot of difference right here, but click OK. We have the data right here. And then let's run this once again. Let's see. Awesome. Perfect. And looks like I'm not adding anything. Oh yeah, I know why. All right, let's stop this. I know why, because we forgot to map the actual results. Yeah. So let's just go back right here. So lead profile name, email address is going to be email address. Address is going to be address. Phone is going to be phone. URL is going to be URL. Fax, let's add fax. And click on OK. Save this and just let's run this again. And then let's see. So we should have the data. Unless there's an error in JSON. Okay. Awesome. So we're not adding the data for some reason. It's probably there's an issue with Google Sheets. Yeah. So looks like GPT is outputting the results in a way that is not consistent, and I know why. Since we added the results right here, we need to have the same results right here, right? So this is the way. Yeah. So fix this too. We're going to have to fix this too. So we're going to paste that in here, fill the information with the exact JSON format provided. Yeah. So this is the issue why. So now we're going to have a consistent result. Click OK. Click save, and then just run this once again. As you guys can see, it's pretty good to see me live troubleshoot all of this, just because I want you guys to learn and understand that even I encounter issues and I have to troubleshoot them. So we're not adding the results for some reason. And I think it's because, let's see. I think it's because the output is still the last one, right? So let me put the email address. It's going to be address, phone, and URL is going to be URL. And that's pretty much it, I think. Yeah, fax is going to be fax. And I'm pretty confident it's going to work now. Awesome. Let's go and see. There you go. I knew it. So now let me rebutton this up and then let's see. We should probably add a resume module or a sleep module, just because we don't want to query the same website every single time. Okay, so we have the data coming in. Awesome. Perfect. So let's add more and then let's see. So we're adding all the leads that we want right here. So the system is working. So if I keep running this, it's going to finish everything. So yeah, guys, I hope you found value in this video. I think this is it. That's all that we want. So I hope you found value in this video, guys. This is how you essentially scrape anything with make.com. Basically, you can just take in that URL, turn it into a text, feed it to AI, and extract the actual information, valuable information, such as email addresses that you want. As you guys can see, this was $0. We did not need anything to extract this data. So we're just using make.com. So yeah, I hope you found value, like I said, and leave me in the comment below what you guys want to see. I'm happy to provide as much knowledge and value for you guys. So thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.